Hello, welcome back to Food Entertainment for my review of where's that date? 2023's Shazam Fury of the Gods on 4K UHD. Talking about the plot of the film, the Will's opinion of the film, my opinion of the film, maybe some facts you may not have known about the film, and some surprises I came across in the film that I liked, and give the film a ranking. Refreshing, I can actually just read the back of one of these. All right. Billy Bateman, aka Shazam, and his fellow foster kids are still learning how to jungle teenage life and have an adult superhero alter egos. But a vengeful hero of ancient gods has arrived on Earth in search of the magic stolen from them long ago. Now Billy and his family are thrust into a battle for their superpowers, their lives, and the fate of their world. All right. The Will's opinion. This one was definitely not met with a lot of critical praise, in my opinion. And I think that really, in a lot of ways, I keep going back to this. This is like the leftovers, really. All the rest of the films that I'm reviewing as a part of this DC event are all just leftover films that this took a while to come out, except for the exception of Joker 2. That one kind of isn't, but all the other ones, yeah. And of course, obviously, Matt Reeves' The Batman. So that's like 2 films out of all of this. They're in recent reviews. They're not leftovers, but pretty much everything from Black Adam all the way to Blue Beetle are all leftovers, really. And I think that has a lot to do with why this one, in particular, as well as the one after it, did not make a lot of money in the box office. I think that the reason why Blue Beetle did, and I'll get to that one later, is in tomorrow after I watch it because I've never seen it. It's probably because it was so original and different. But this is a sequel to an already existed DC character, just like the next movie that we're reviewing after this. And people found this one to be a lot more silly than the first film. The first film had like that perfect balance of being sort of comedic and making fun of itself at the same time, having this dark atmosphere about the film. Shazam Fury of the Gods doesn't really have that dark atmosphere at all. And now we're going to my opinion. Lack of a dark atmosphere in this movie made it more family appropriate. There's still some very non-family appropriate stuff in this movie, so it still is on that vein of being a dark adult movie, which I like. I mean, like I said, this is refreshing this entire universe that Zack Snyder started with Man of Steel that, come to close to reviewing in the next couple of days. I can certainly say that I'm going to miss the darker tone, but it got a little light on this one, for sure. Definitely went more towards the lighter end of the spectrum, as opposed to the first one. And that is probably about the only con I have to say about the movie, because there's a lot more pros than there are cons about this film, at least in my opinion. I love the visual effects in this movie. The action is spectacular in this movie. I think they had a lot more fun with this movie than they did with the first Shazam film. I still prefer the first Shazam film over this one, yes, but I appreciate this one for what it is. They really, truly had fun with this movie. And were this felt like you know they had a more of a joyful time making the movie than the first one. I like the fact that it does recognize continuity, so it's not trying to take place at random time to tell you exactly how long ago it took place. Um, it's nice to see some of my favorite actors playing the villains, except for, of course, a controversial actress who plays Snow White in the Snow White movie is in this movie. Um, but I actually enjoyed this film. I really did. Now let's go on to some of the fun stuff that I wasn't expecting in this movie. Going into Shazam, Fury of the Gods, I was not expecting to see any good cameos at all in this film. And then, long and behold, we see Wonder Woman in this movie. It's like, oh. And she actually plays a significant bit at the very end of the film to bring our, kind of like, bring our hero back to life or something like that. And I thought that was kind of a cool little thing. And yeah, it was just a fun time for me. But this is a first time watch for me, and sometimes first time watches is always going to have more of a positive impact on me when I watch a movie for the first time. It's only when I watch a movie like 2 or 3 times where I start to really tear it apart. And so, but there's something refreshing about that. And going through all this, watching all the other films going into these newer ones I haven't seen, has definitely allowed me to kind of judge them as if I have seen them. Because I have all this other stuff over here to judge it by over here. And that definitely is the case with Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I'm going to give this film a 3-star ranking. I'm going to give it a 3-star ranking. It's a great movie. It's not exactly a perfect film, but it's definitely not on the low end for me. It's definitely an enjoyable film. I enjoyed it. And definitely recommend it that everybody check it out. So Blue says check it out. And a little quicker than the last one. There's not much to talk about in this, so I can make it quicker. So Blue says check it out. And I will see you guys next time for my review of Aquaman in the Kingdom of... Sorry, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, before I go, you guys probably have noticed that the speakers look a little different. This was actually from a fan that I actually do see in real life that commented on the speakers looking cool, and I said, well, maybe the next video or two, maybe I'll go ahead and remove the grills on the front of the speakers and show off how cool the reference quality is. Because these are reference speakers. These are not regular satellite speakers. These are reference speakers. These things weigh about 10 pounds each. So this is reference quality. These are clip speakers. All right, well, that's all it is for this one. I'll see you guys next time for our next review. Until then.